Welcome to Victory, the podcast. I am Doug Ellin.
Kevin Dillon.
Kevin Connolly, big one today. Gronk.
We got Rob Gronkowski. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Do you remember how we even got into the movie?
I don't remember how he got into the movie.
He just came onto set with Henry Penzi, who's going to be here today. Henry Penzi.
Oh, yeah, Henry's going to be here. All right.
Friend of Wahlberg's, who, almost was a character in the show. We had written a script once upon a time with Henry featured as a character, but it never happened. Maybe in the
Didn't he
reboot.
do something on the show, though?
He did
have
something
a
in the
job?
pilot, didn't he?
He was in the pilot. I think he was one of the photographers, wasn't he? With the
I think
NEA?
so, yeah. I think
Yeah,
so.
but didn't he do some casting, too? Some background casting?
He was involved.
he helped a lot.
Wahlberg tried to get all of his buddies in the
Yeah.
next best way they could, and then it was up to them to keep it going. I don't know.
So you're saying Henry failed?
I didn't say that. I'm not saying. Let's move, moving on from Henry. Let's talk about some other stuff.
Uh-oh.
Let's talk about Gronk.
No, but first thing I want to talk about is I want to clear the Russell Wilson air. Okay.
What's the air?
Well, you sent me that article about
So an article came out yesterday, which is weird, that said basically Connolly was able to tell that Russell Wilson was going to collapse.
What?
Basically how I said that I believe Russell Wilson's responsible for breaking my leg and it's his fault and all this kind of shit. And it's like, we joke around on the podcast, but like, come on, the fucking guy's a
it's a
Super
joke.
Bowl. It's a joke. I mean, the fact that they would write an article like that.
I mean, they
seriously-
quoted
Who wrote
you.
that?
Something, but was it like The Onion? I mean, it's ridiculous.
No, it's a real article. So the quote was not real. Or taken out of context.
So
The
now,
quote is so
Russell's
taken out of-
recovering from his he got hit pretty hard.
And then he got
in
hit
game.
after that, which
so
is
he's got a concussion.
which
and now
is
he's
a-
got to
which is-
read this article about how
Yeah, I'm sure he's reading that article
It's
today.
just so stupid that anybody would think that I really, A, blame Russell Wilson for breaking my leg, or B, I mean,
Here's the good news. He
was
doesn't
a
follow
joke.
you, so he probably doesn't
doesn't
see it.
matter. The point is that it was a joke. I broke my own leg. It wasn't Russell Wilson. If anybody, it was Ferrara that broke my leg. No, I'm kidding.
All right. Well, anyway, a lot of people were asking, what's the beef with Russell Wilson? There's no beef.
joking
And
around.
someone called me a
Everybody
scorn lover. No. I mean, it's not like he used to be a good friend. He's not anymore. I don't care. I mean, I would care more if he was good. I mean,
Right.
but for real, we used to be good friends. He decided he didn't need me anymore after the movie didn't do so well. What can I tell you?
That was it.
That was it. And
Got to juice up those opening weekend
well,
numbers.
he didn't make the cut, did he?
yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
the
He
cut.
made
But he was cut down a lot. He was cut down a lot.
I mean, he was cut down a lot less than he should have been cut
Right.
down. I'll tell you that. I mean, the throw may have been accurate, but the performance maybe was not on
Leaves
par.
a little something to be
It
desired.
was certainly not Tom Brady performance or Gronk.
It's true. It's true. What was I going to say? Oh, okay. So, Dillon, bringing you up to speed about the Queens Boulevard Film Festival. So we talked about this a little bit. We did a little emergency pod to put it out there. We've gotten some submissions, but I'm into it now. I know last time when we talked about it, I was a little nervous about it. Kev, what if we have a film festival and nobody submits? I was afraid. Like, it would be embarrassing.
Well, we
if
already
nobody
had
submitted.
one, and
right.
we had a lot of submissions.
Yeah,
right?
we did. So hopefully people want to jump back on.
One of the things that I think people find cute about Kevin is it's not just that he's small, but he's humble and he's insecure.
I am.
And it's not, and it's why he's likable, because he's not. Even though a lot of people think Connolly / Connolly, which is the Ramble-On character, is like this arrogant prick, he's actually a humble, nice human being.
Thanks, Doug. I appreciate it. And while we're passing out the compliments, the fucking
Yeah, I mean,
hair
I
is
think
on
we got-
another planet.
I think we got more fans now, right, than we did when we had the first one.
All I'm saying is that it's a big ask.
How many submissions did we have?
We got like
20?
a few hundred. Last
Few
time.
hundred?
Yes.
Wow.
I need to. Connolly's thought was cut off, Kevin, so rudely when he was going to compliment my. I don't know what.
Listen,
He was gonna
Doug's
compliment me.
Doug's hair. Doug has made a believer out of me. with
I'm
the
not
hair.
gonna lie, I'm jealous. I mean, look at that. Let me run my fingers through that.
You can
please.
do that, but what I will say is, first of all, Kev, you can have this done. Dr. Ziering, and I'm 6 months ago.
I don't know that I could look at Dillon in that weird hat with the red lights beaming on it. Of course, Dillon wouldn't put it on Instagram.
It's going to grow from now. I'm 6 months since this FUE procedure. So by March, I should look like Grenier.
But
I'm
you're
just
not.
saying.
You're not ever gonna. Those days are over. You have, by the way, your hair right now. If you never grew another hair, your hair is good. But
The crazy thing is, you don't have a gray hair in your head.
I never had
How's
gray
that
hair.
possible?
Well, because they were all falling out.
Well, they're all new.
Well, it's
all
gonna happen.
all
These
the
are-
gray hairs fell out.
These are baby hairs. These are like the
They're
same
so
as,
new.
These are newer than my baby.
Right. But the other thing is, and this isn't you. I think it's human nature. First couple times you come in, no hat. A lot of eyes on the hair.
Yeah.
Today you walked in here like fucking. You have confidence like
my
Vince.
God.
You walked in here like
You look
Vince.
like 2 inches taller.
Just
like a
like
bigger
chest puffed out.
I was a little nervous this morning. I mean, I said I'm not going to stop wearing the hat till New Year's because now
You are camera ready with the hair. Now let me ask you this: how long is the hair process in the morning to get it looking like that? Obviously, it's one thing when you have race of hair and makeup, entourage fame.
It doesn't have to do anything now.
nothing.
You put a little product
no
in
more
it?
powder.
I 45 seconds after I showered, I toweled it, I put a brush through it, and then I
Use a little product?
like that clay, whatever that.
Yeah, a
stuff
little
is,
molding mud.
Yeah,
All right.
clay. You
Well,
know?
fucking A, bro. It looks great.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I
I'm
really
humble.
want to give
You
it a
got great
closer
hair.
look. Can I give it a closer look?
Not right now. Not right now.
Dylan, how's the stock
I gotta
market?
get him.
How's the stock market treating you?
My Tesla's stock is taking a beating right now.
Tesla will
Back.
come-
It's
Tesla
a
will come back.
Great value. Yeah, I believe in that company. So,
So do I.
yeah.
And
Matter
as
of
a-
fact, I want to buy more right now, but you guys are stopping me from doing it.
So you're not scared that the CEO of Tesla really spends his entire day tweeting? You're not worried about this at all? And again, I'm an Elon Musk fan, but I'm just,
No, I'm not.
Because if you look at Twitter, my whole feed is Elon Musk.
Yeah, I think that'll go away, and he'll get back into the
guy runs 5
But he's got
companies.
the truck coming out. He's got the 18-wheeler and the 16-wheeler.
Are you going to
whatever
buy
it
an
is.
18-wheeler or no?
He's got that the pickup. No, I'm not going to buy it. that would be
awesome.
cool though.
If Dillon
I hear
showed
they're
up
fast.
at Action Park with an 18-wheeler Tesla, that would be
That wouldn't make any
be
sense.
great.
I'd be concerned. If
I'll
you had
turn
an
it into a
18-wheeler,
flatbed.
why would you have an 18-wheeler? Get a truck.
Throw
It's
a
different stuff.
couch on there.
By the way, he's
Do all
already got
kinds
ideas for this. Why are you ruining this?
Yeah, we can do something cool.
By the way, we built a mobile podcast studio in Dillon's Tesla 18-wheeler, and we go around the country.
By the way,
like it.
let's give the shout out to this company. By the way, for free, FYI, I'd like to say this company that Dillon and Lisa Gallant, Dillon did not discover this company, Lisa Gallant did, but Dillon brought in Doug's baby present today, and it's the same exact thing he got me, and they're great little onesies.
yeah, so they've got
You know,
the days of the
appreciate
week.
how important the onesies are.
But Dillon, I don't even think any of us are 100% sure what language. Is it French?
think it's French.
I'm pretty sure it's French. What does it say?
It's the days of the week. And the company is what? Right, it's a French name, it feels like.
I mean, I feel like a moron, but this says Samodi. Is that Saturday in French? I have no idea.
I don't know, man. I know Spanish.
Spanish, I would have gone okay with Spanish.
I speak Spanish, bro. I don't know.
don't
Well,
know.
in any event,
Dillon,
Kev,
did you
beautiful.
I told her to get it in Spanish, just like I did for Kevin Connolly.
Well, you're gonna have to get.
But
me a
she's like,
second
"Oh, I
set.
think I got it in French."
I think mine might have been in
Hey,
French.
You're just gonna have to work on your French a little bit.
This is before my fluent Spanish speaking days, so mine might have been.
You're fluent now.
Mine
huh?
might have been in French as well. Maybe the company. I feel like it's a French company. But what's the name say inside the tag?
Okay, we're getting nothing for this, but Connolly is so
No,
desperate for sponsors.
it's not like they gave it to me for free.
I think it's cute.
Yeah, this is French. Bone. My eyes are so bad. See, that's the next
Great
thing I
ad
have to
reading.
do.
Great ad
Bone. I can't read it.
right.
Bone. I can't see.
Bone?
Ew.
Ew, why are you talking about
So
bones?
disgusting, bro.
I mean, the guys are trying. Can I
All right,
just say
put the
though?
product down.
I know.
Can you clean up your area? It looks like what a mess you got going
So
on.
Entourage Fan 77 doesn't cause any problems. I want to say Gronkowski is coming very soon, so it's gonna be a good one. We'll talk about.
Right,
him
don't
in
worry.
the
We're not
movie.
going to talk about onesies for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, but by the way, thank you too, because we got some good reviews after that, and keep them coming because they mean a lot to the podcast to help build it and grow it. And when you see some
people
jerk
wrote
off clown,
some fuck Entourage Fan 77.
you know what's amazing though, and I'm with you.
So they got on the guy a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm with you,
They
Kevin.
do
Dillon.
like to hear about your onesie.
There's
Ew.
something about Kevin Dillon. I mean, it's an intangible that nobody can understand. When you're young and you want to be an actor, he's got this thing. People just like you. Like, there's plenty of people who like me and plenty of people who Connolly, but there's a lot of people who hate Connolly and myself. They say a lot of nobody says anything nasty about Dillon ever, which I'm with you. I love Dillon, except he's tardy. But other than that,
not
Hey, I
tardy
was
today.
tardy today.
It was early
You
today,
guys put me in rush hour too.
well, it was not me and Connolly. What did he offer? 10:15. He said for bagels. So I'm like, Connolly's going to actually bring bagels.
I got one. Did you get one, Doug?
Wait, Henry Penzi is calling.
By the way, I
Henry, we're live on the.
We're outside.
oh,
All right,
they're in.
Stock tip is
Hey,
coming right
Henry.
now.
All right.
All right. He's coming to open the door. We're coming.
All right, we're coming back from the break with Gronk. He's in the house.
All right, welcome back, Victory the Podcast. One of our favorite guests who was ever he was actually in the movie, not the show, which was awesome. But Rob Gronkowski, what's going on?
Gronk. Yes, what's up, guys? How you doing, man?
Good, bro.
Who set this up
Yes.
today? Who got Gronk in the house today?
Oh, you don't even want to know. I'm not even sure if I want to give the guy credit. 'Cause he already talks a million times at a million miles per hour every single day.
You
But
know-
his name's Ryan Scherber.
Our boy, this is pickleball, Kevin. These guys are starting to understand pickleball. Are you involved in the team with Brady, by the way, or no?
No, I'm not. But I saw that he bought a team. I'm not even sure what league.
Yeah,
what
it's
league.
Major League Pickleball. I've got a team too. I mean, I'm
All
a
right.
small part, so you should be involved in this. But we need to play this week while you're here.
Yes, we do, man. I love pickleball. But our friend Ryan Scherber, he used to play tennis, and now he's like a pro pickleball player.
Right.
And he's actually really, really good. And we were just playing, and he just blew my mind. He's like, "Oh, Doug wants you to come on down Thrash Podcast." I'm like, just sitting there, like, "How do you know Doug?" But I didn't want to ask the question because basically the guy knows everyone.
knows everybody.
Yeah, and he can talk to anyone
Yes, for sure.
But
So-
here he is.
yeah,
Yes.
So he
Yes.
got it done.
And so Henry Penzi got no credit, but Henry Penzi.
No, this was not Henry Penzi. He get no credit.
Yeah,
Henry's in the back booth right now.
but Henry's been a friend of Mark's and a friend of ours for, I don't know, 30 years.
Henry was in the pilot.
Henry was in the pilot of Entourage, and Henry brought you onto the set. So we'll talk about, mostly we're going to talk about Entourage. That's what we do here. But I just want to, just quickly, is there any shot you're going to play football again? Is that possible?
Is there any shot this year? There's absolutely no shot. I have no, I don't know, like desire to play. I've been asked by actually a few teams to come back.
sure.
I got a call from a couple teams, and a couple teams that are definitely surprising. I'm like, whoa, they just called you? I'm talking to my agent. I'm like, they called you? I'm like,
Boy, the Giants could use you.
Yeah, that might have been one of them. That might have
that
been
would
one
be
of
nice.
them. And
That would be nice.
they got Coach Dayball there. He was one of my favorite coaches of all times because he coached me for 3 years when
No
he was
way.
with the Patriots. I think it was from 2014 to 2017. He was actually my tight end coach when we won my first Super Bowl versus Seattle up in Arizona when Malcolm Butler had that interception. But let me tell you, man, I love playing for Coach Dayball. Guy he's inspiring. He gets you ready to go every single day, and he makes it fun like throughout the whole entire day, from the meetings all the way to going out on the practice field. I mean, we played Jeopardy to learn our plays. I love them.
You know what?
great.
You can feel it with the team because they feel like a different team, except for yesterday, which is unfortunately.
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
Eagles are good. They're not messing around. So.
The Eagles are good, and I would just say the Giants just don't have the talent. You know, I would say Daboll is getting them to play their best football because a team with less talent, if they show up. To a team, with more talent, and that team really isn't, showing up or playing to their best of their ability, that team can win that with the less talent any given Sunday. And that's what's so great about football. And Daboll has them playing to that level, even though I believe they don't have that much talent.
And the Giants are pretty banged up too.
Yes,
a lot of
they are.
injuries.
But it is amazing that a coach can do that. It speaks, and I don't want to get anything that you don't want to talk about. But I mean, Bruce Arians leaves. And Bowles, who, is supposedly this amazing coach all the time, and as a head coach, doesn't seem to work out necessarily. Do you think that has something to do with this year or what?
I'm not really sure what's going on down there because they got the talent down there. They got the players down in Tampa. I would just say things just aren't really clicking, with everything that's going on. I mean, obviously the injury bug, they're dealing with that. I mean, Tom's going through a lot, and, in that situation with, on the field and off the field. Yeah. And everything weighs in. Everything weighs into play when you're playing the game of football. I mean, the mental and physical stress is, unpredictable. I mean, it can be to another level. That's what's so crazy about football. It's kind of like makes you bipolar sometimes. I swear, man. There's one day you're at a high like this, and then the next day you're at a super low. Wow. And you feel like you can't even get out of bed. And that's with the fans as well, man. I'm with some of my friends, and one day he's talking so much garbage. Oh, my team. Oh, like I have a Steelers fan. Oh, the Pittsburgh's rock. They're the best team. They just won. And then the next week, like, he's so depressed and down low. I'm like, what happened? He's like, oh, the Steelers lost. I'm like,
welcome to the world of the Dolphins fan.
That was
Gronk, question
rough
for
one
you.
last night.
When you're not playing, like how close are you to the game in terms of following it? Is it just sort of in passing as a fan, or with you and your buddies and fantasy football? God forbid I don't want to bring that up, but what's your level of how much do you pay attention when you're not?
I mean, I kind of just pay attention. I kind of graze. You know, I'm not like a fantasy football guy where I'm, you know, studying my roster every single week. Oh, who do I got? Who's a free agent that I can pick up? I'm not like that. I mean, I kind of just watch the highlights.
Right.
And I can just catch up with what's going on in the NFL just like that.
Yeah, because you got to know, because I saw you on the pregame yesterday. You were great at it, too. But if you're not paying attention, you won't know what to talk about.
Yes, exactly.
But you're great at that.
Do you like that?
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And the Fox team, they're just so great. You know,
I saw you there last
You
year.
could
with
be,
Strahan
that could
and-
be your thing, right?
Yeah,
I could totally see you being a great addition to those guys.
somewhere.
It
right?
could be for sure. I mean, obviously when I signed my contract, it was 3 years ago. When I first retired, so it was like a 3-year deal. So I did that first year, and then I went back to football. So then it got delayed. So now 4 years later, I'm on my second year of the contract.
Keep extending it when
Oh,
you're
that's right. I saw you. When
Yep.
I saw you, God, that was probably pre-COVID, right? Is
Yes.
that possible? I can't even keep track of time anymore. So
Yes.
how do you feel now? Like, is your body just like I
Little
feel
time off, gotta
fucking
feel a little
great,
better, right?
or
Yeah, I feel really good actually. You know, my athletic ability, I actually kind of feel like I'm, you know, the most athletic I've ever been right now. And I take off football. You know, I played football, but like one of my main goals in life is to, you know, fix every single body part that got demolished in the game of football. Like for real.
is that possible?
Yeah.
Yes, it is possible. I mean, if you really look at it, I mean, there was a time in my life when I was 24, 25 where people were like, he's never going to play football again. Like this guy, I just had like 4 surgeries in like a matter of like 3 months. And I had to find a way, you know, to climb out of that situation. And if you can climb out of that situation and keep playing, I mean, I feel like anything's possible.
But how
Just
did you do
rehab
that?
it like crazy.
Yeah,
right?
just rehabbing, just kind of doing the mind-body connection, you know, feeling your muscles, like, you know, like how to loosen them, make yourself more agile, make yourself more pliable. So getting some, you know, the correct treatment, you know, doing the right exercises.
Probably lay off the weights a little bit now that you're not out there running around with the guys. Right? Just a
Yes.
little more.
Yes, you know, more exercises that lengthen your body instead of, you know, making you more condensed and, you know, just
Right.
kind of like, yeah, if you just, you know, like a ball of muscle, that's no good. That doesn't really make you athletic. Playing other sports like pickleball.
I mean, that Instagram
Look, you
stuff.
said the magic word, Gronk.
Yeah,
You said
no,
the
but
magic
that-
word.
that
Look at Doug.
is-
He's like a little kid. He's so happy you said pickleball.
That Instagram shot of you, I mean, jumping, it looked like a fucking 80-inch vertical leap. I mean, am I crazy? Was that real?
Yeah, it was real. It wasn't deceiving either. You know how Instagram, you can really make it deceiving. Like
Get that camera real low.
Yeah, get the camera real low.
and you could honestly make you as high as you want.
I got up there.
No,
I got up there.
It was sick. You were like 4 feet over Ryan
Yeah.
Sherry's head, which is not, you know,
Yeah.
the biggest achievement. But I mean, it's crazy. And you know, I remember when Henry brought you to the set of the movie, and I
That's
was
Doug's big claim to fame that he beat you in ping pong, bro.
well, forget that.
I don't even remember that.
I was about to say, do you really not remember that?
I mean, I play ping pong all the time now as well. Love ping pong. We got
Ooh,
a
rematch.
We have to rematch.
Wow,
Rematch.
he
I don't
does not
remember.
remember. I thought you were going to remember.
Rob,
was
you just
that?
heard his dream. You heard
It
his
was in the
dream.
backyard of that house. There was
That was on set. Russell was there. Golden Tate was there, and
Was it when we were shooting the movie, or was it?
yeah,
at-
we were shooting. It was in between, and I beat Rob pretty badly. But anyway,
He's been talking about Rob. He believes that he
I don't
won.
remember.
I have video, by the way, so we'll send it. But what Russell said, I swear to God, I remember because he didn't have Jimmy Graham yet, he didn't have anybody, and he looked at you and said, "How do I get that on my
Do you
team?"
know what I would
And-
do? You
Yeah.
think I'm great now? Do you know what I would do with that guy lining up on the end?
And I always said that if you were the receiver, if you were the guy that ball was thrown to in the Super Bowl, Malcolm Butler would not have run through you, and it would have been an easy touchdown. You know, don't you think?
Well, he was on the Patriots.
Well, yeah.
So I would have had a Super Bowl no matter what.
Exactly. Basically, you're guaranteed
correct.
Super Bowl. Yes.
I was at that Super Bowl. It was great. You were there too, right, Kev?
I was not at that one.
I was there. I was
Yeah.
there. I have
Awesome.
an amazing picture of my dad and Lucas. You know, from right when that play happened, which must have been. I mean, is that a game? Are you still believing there's any shot that you're going to win that game at that moment? I mean, is there any thoughts to that?
Not looking great.
I mean, it was looking great. We scored the go-ahead touchdown with, I don't even know, like a minute 30 left or less than a minute. I'm not even exactly sure. And I was like, oh, we got this in the book. You know, our defense is going to stop them. And then they were just driving down the field, And then it was kind of getting a little depressing.
Yeah.
Like they're within our 10-yard line. There's like 20 seconds left, which doesn't really matter. You got 20 seconds with, in our red zone. I mean, you can easily just throw the ball away, or right when the guy, throw it to the end zone. If they, they drop it or it doesn't get completed, then you still have 15 seconds left. So they're going to get all 4 plays off.
Right.
And dude, I was nervous. I was just like,
Was that a third down play?
We need a
or was that
miracle. We need a miracle. I'm not sure. It was at least a third down.
It was
play.
third or fourth. Possibly.
Yeah, it was. one
But
of
you're
them.
like helpless on the sideline too. That's the other
helpless.
thing. You can't do anything.
Just praying for a miracle.
Yep.
Just like nervous. Like it was mind-boggling situation, and then just all of a sudden, like just thinking in your head, like we need that Malcolm Butler interception. We need that miracle.
Somebody's got to make a play.
Yeah, someone's got to make a play, and like just thinking that in your head, and I'm like, I have no clue who's going to make the play, what type of play it's going to be. Like we just need a miracle, and then it happened, and let me tell you, just literally just flew right off the bench. I was sitting down, you just jumped up like
Nice.
it was like you just were floating in the air when Malcolm made that interception.
Was one better than the other Super Bowls, or it's just they're all amazing?
No, that one was definitely the best one, hands down. It's the first one, and that's what it's all about, getting into that Super Bowl club.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
and the game, just how it went down. We were down by 10 twice. We were down like 14, and then we came back and we tied it at 14. Then we were down 24-14 in the fourth, came back, made it 28-24. So just the way the game went down, just how good of a game it was, back and forth. I mean, both teams putting up points, both teams playing great defense as well. Both teams just, playing their hearts out, giving it all they have. It was definitely one of the best Super Bowls of the last 20 years as well.
Yeah.
So that was definitely, it ranks at the top of definitely my Super Bowl wins.
Hey Rob, when you watch Tony Romo's so good at what he does. He basically, people, they line up and he pretty much almost tells you what's going to happen before it happens. And obviously that's quarterback mentality. But when you're watching the game on the field, as they line up, can you, from when you're watching on TV, can you go, all right, here's what's coming, here's probably what's coming?
If I'm feeling it and I'm in the zone, I'm with my friends, you're like a beer or two deep, the adrenaline's rolling and you're wide awake. I can like basically pick apart what's going to happen.
Right.
Especially if I'm watching like the Patriots or the Buccaneers, because I'm so familiar with their playbooks. I mean, they basically still run the same offenses. And even watching other teams, I mean, just the way that they flow, I can basically pick apart what's going to happen.
Right.
And I love when I'm at that level of like, all right, this is what's going to happen. That tight end's going to do this. Or we'll just watch him run his route. I'm like, all right, that was the route he just ran. And then the other guy's going to run inside and he should be open there. And it's one of my favorite things to do. But also I can do that with the Raiders right now because McDaniels, I played under his offense for, my first 9 years in the league. So when the Raiders are going with tight end Darren Waller, I'm just sitting there picking apart every route
good,
that
man.
Darren Waller's running, and I'm just like, all right, this one's going to Waller, this one's going to Devontae Adams, just because I have a great feel of their whole offense. So I love being at that level and love being able to call out the play, what's going on.
Hey, and maybe a little play-by-play in your future, huh?
I don't know. Tony Romo's got that down. You got to have that down to a science, though. Like I said,
he's really good.
He's really good, and he's always ready to go. Like, you got to be ready to go. You got to love football and want to watch it, the whole entire day in order to be just calling out plays like that.
And do you think Tom's like ready to do that?
Well, he's got that big deal set up.
I know he's going to do it.
By the way, no offense from him. I got to imagine that Brady's got to be equally as good or better.
I mean, it's
right?
Who the hell knows?
Or is it a TV thing?
It's a different thing.
Brady will read the defense.
he'll be able to read.
Brady will tell you what special teams.
Yeah, he can definitely read.
I mean, he does a great job with it. In meetings, great job. He'll say, okay, this guy's going to do this. This is how this defense plays. This is this safety. He can describe their strengths and their weaknesses just like that of a player after he watches 3 plays, on the player. And if it's a linebacker, D lineman, safety, it doesn't matter. He can translate that in a meeting like no other. It's just the question is, can you translate that and be outspoken about it right on the spot?
Right.
Like,
and have some personality, too.
And add some personality. I mean, that's the question that's in the air, and that's going to determine, on him, on how he does it. But in the meetings, A+. I mean, it's like, wow, it's mind-blowing. So if he can just transfer that into the booth, he's going to do an unbelievable job.
All right, my last football question, because Doug and I, all right, weather. Okay, I had this theory, and as it turns out, I was right, that the Dolphins have an early advantage in the earlier part of the season because the games are hot and their stadium is designed where they're in the shade and the opposing team is in the sun. It's 30 degrees hotter. And the same thing with the cold weather. How big of a factor is the cold weather as opposed to the warm weather as opposed to the dome?
Well, first you got to ask the Dolphins. Is there some advantage that he's right about when you're in?
Yeah, he's definitely correct. And you definitely
Giant Stadium did it too. But they do the opposite. They put the Giants in the sun, and they put the
because it's
opponents
cold.
out.
Right.
Yeah, let them freeze.
So I played in both extremes. So
That's
then
what
I
I
went
was
down
gonna
to
say,
Tampa, and let me tell you, I'd rather play in 20-degree weather than in 95-degree weather.
Really?
There's no doubt about that. I mean, when it's 90 degrees, it's humid. When the humidity just absolutely takes the life out of you, man.
Cramping
Head
up,
brutal.
everybody
Padded
rolling,
up and the hell
everybody's
out.
rolling
Padded
around on the
up.
sideline with
Dude,
cramps.
it's brutal, man. It just like zaps you. It's weird. It's like getting hit with a stun gun or something, and you're like,
Oh, the heat does, really?
Yeah, the
More
heat.
so than the cold. Really?
Yeah, the cold kind of can wake you up, and you got to move around. You got to be active in order to stay loose and stay warm. So you're just sitting on the sidelines, you're running your feet in place, you're just always going. So you're awake. The warm weather, that 95 with humidity, oh my god.
Feels like 103.
Oh, brutal. With the pads on it, I swear, I think it's dangerous. There should be
It's
no
definitely
game.
dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
There should be no games played when it's 90
And that
degrees
Dolphin
plus.
Stadium, though,
with humidity.
it really is worse for the visiting team.
I mean, I'm not sure for the visiting team.
Yeah,
I mean, if the
It's
sun,
30 degrees. It was 30 degrees
I'm
hotter.
asking the guy who's been on the field.
if
That's
it's
all.
true that I haven't played in the Dolphin Stadium in a while, and my last game was a night game there, I think. But if it's true somehow that the sun is hitting the away team and they're in the shade, then yes, it's an advantage.
They
doubt.
redesigned the stadium in 2015, and they did that on purpose. So at a 1 o'clock game, if you are on the sideline, it is 25 to 30 degrees hotter on the other.
And by the way,
believe it.
Dolphins, if something
It's
bad
true.
happens to a player in that heat, they kill the player.
No, that's not true. I mean, a lot of teams do what they got to do to get an advantage. Don't they at Soldier Field leave the wind tunnel open and leave the door open to get?
I know, but
wind
it's that
going?
heat thing because I'm with them and just it comes back
That's
to
called,
pickleball.
That's
but
to knock
called
the
home-
field goals down, right?
It's called home field advantage.
I don't know how that's allowed. You got to keep it open the whole time.
The whole point is that
they do
called
lots of
cheating.
stuff,
The whole
including
point,
the snow
no, it's
plow.
not. It's your.
But
home
anyway,
field
what I was saying
whatever.
is in Florida, playing pickleball in Florida a month and a half ago, I mean, it was a whole different.
It's just like playing in the NFL.
It's
on
very
Sunday.
similar, You're just not.
So
getting
you
hit.
face similar challenges on the pickleball
All
court.
right, so Rob, let's
Pickleball can be very challenging.
thank
it's
you,
very-
Rob.
It's nonstop.
It is. It is.
You get 30 seconds in between every football play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those rallies go pretty long, too.
Well, you'll have to ask Sherry. He'll be mad at me for saying this, but we played in a little tournament with Danny Werfel a couple of months ago, and Ryan during our match threw up. He had to pull up to the side. And throw
What,
up.
that the guy that threw up?
Yeah. Ryan threw up.
Oh, yeah, he
during
was
the match.
hurling.
You got to give him
He
some
was
shit.
probably out till about 5 a.m.
Yeah,
That was the rumor.
I believed it was my skill that made him throw up, but it might have been the
slice.
tequila.
It wasn't your slice, Doug. It wasn't your slice.
All right, let's get into Entourage. You came on the set. Henry brought you to the movie. It was the scene we had Saget and Russell Wilson,
Tyson.
and who
Everybody
else was
was
there?
there. Everybody.
Pharrell, and there was a million people. But Henry came on. You were hurt because the season was over and you were actually injured. And Henry's like,
But it was right after the Super Bowl, too, because Russell had just won. Yes.
maybe.
Yes, it was
I
right
don't
after
even
they
know what year it
won.
was.
Yeah.
But there was so much going on and so much stress.
You
and
had no
Henry's
idea
like,
he was coming?
No idea.
Really?
Yeah. Henry's like, Rob's here. Basically.
Really? Wow.
Wow, that's
didn't know.
Henry for you. That sounds about right.
By the way, it was the right move. So he goes, "Can you put him in?" And I'm looking at Rob. I'm like, well, I'm not going to say no, but I wanted to see, And do you remember when I spoke to you the first time? Because you told me a story that I thought was pretty cool, and I have no idea if you remember about high school.
Oh, let me hear it, because I'm probably going to tell it again.
Okay, well,
Well-
I don't want to lead you, but you told me you told your friends at high school you were going to be on Entourage.
Yes, I
Okay,
did.
So
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, that's what you
Yes.
said to me, and I was like, I got emotional when you told me. Besides the fact that I felt old, and that was 15 years ago. But
Yes.
tell me what happened.
Oh, yeah. So Henry's telling me, oh, we're going to get you on the Entourage movie and all this. And actually, I was in LA already, and I was at another show. Whose line is it anyways? And this is like my first time going on a show, and I'm like, I'm going to kill it. I have no preparation at all. I don't even know what Whose Line Is It Anyways is. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, Henry's like, I'm going to get you on a show. And, being young, 21, 22 years old, 23 or whatever, I'm like, wow, this is like a dream. Like, I get to be on a show. Like, this is great. I was loving it. So, but I was a little nervous. So I'm sitting in the back of Whose Line Is It Anyways, and I'm ripping shots. Like, this is when I was like wild, like a little,
Yeah, you're mellow
to
now.
another level. Yeah, mellow. I mean,
comparatively.
compared to back then when I was 20, 21, 22, 23. But So I go on Whose Line Is It Anyways, and I'm pretty tipsy, and I absolutely bust some moves and do a great job. And then and then Henry's like, oh, we got to get to the Entourage movie. We're filming at 12:30 in the morning. Same day. So I just filmed at like 10 p.m. at night. So then we hop in the car. I'm ripping more shots. I'm like, dude, I'm going to be real life character. I'm going to be hammered. I mean, that's what the show's all about. So then he's like, yo, you got to hide the alcohol. Like, you're not allowed to drink on set and stuff. And I was like,
Yeah,
what do
Connolly
you
does.
mean? Like, this is Entourage. Like, what, they party in the show.
You can drink on set.
I'm like,
I
yeah.
was sneaking a little Johnny Walker Blue
Yes.
off.
Keep it-
Julian Edelman. I got
Keep it in the red- keep it in the red cup.
Gronk, I think I gave you a shot of that.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah, you did. So then I get there, and you guys have that scene for me where I'm all like, my knees busted up, my arms busted up.
Yeah, the crutches. You're dancing around with a crutch.
So it was a perfect scene. It was. Like
But
a
I was
real
scared
life
to ask you because I
character.
was like, I remember I asked Henry, I go, I know he's hurt. Would he dance with like crutches and stuff like that? So
it was perfect. Just the perfect scene, how it all went down. I was in the stands. Vince was about to, show his
the
first-
movie.
Yeah, show the movie, and then it kept getting delayed. Like he wasn't showing it, and then finally I just fucking stand up with my crutches and just throw them in the air. Vince, show the fucking movie. Show the fucking movie.
Were you
Vince.
sitting with Cuban? It was like Cuban, Gronk, Pharrell,
Yes.
everybody was
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
my mind was just blown, but I felt like I was just in the perfect place, the perfect mindset, because I was tipsy, I
You
was
were
feeling
awesome.
good. I just played the perfect part for myself, and it was a dream come true. So, Doug, thank you for putting me in the movie,
no,
man.
thank you. But
My leg was shattered. Remember, I broke my leg that day.
You did.
I
You
broke
broke
my
your
leg
leg.
that day. And you
broke your ankle.
I always tell the story to people. They sent me off to some guest house. Like they were embarrassed of me. They were ashamed of me. They had me like laid up in some guest house. It's probably 65, at least 75 yards away from where you needed to go to leave. And Gronk and Edelman, the only two that came to check on me when they left. Of all those people, these guys came to make sure that I was okay.
Tyson didn't come rub your feet.
Tyson
I
did not
come by.
come.
What are you trying to say?
Yo,
You did not
And you
get-
kept going, man. You kept filming.
By the way, drinking,
Yeah, you're
I
a
had
warrior.
sunglasses
You're
on.
a warrior, my man. I remember that. You broke your ankle.
I broke my ankle. Yeah, I broke
in
my
the middle
ankle.
of filming, right
It was
on
like
set.
it was like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Not an ankle, leg, right?
No, it was I have a plate in my ankle, but it was like a spiral break. But I remember because Dillon was there, but it was you, Edelman, and I remember you guys knew I was hurt. You were like, man, like you guys gave me the kind of pat on the back. I was just trying to get off the set because I was embarrassed, I was embarrassed. But like I said, you guys came to say goodbye to me, and there's a great picture of us because I'm in my underwear.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
we got
one
to pull
That
that
must have been
picture up.
ugly.
We got to pull that
A
picture
bad
up.
look.
Yeah, no, we definitely have that picture. But do you remember though, Rob, what you told me, and I've told everybody since, so hopefully it actually happened that I didn't make it up, but that you told your friends in high school you were going to be on Entourage.
Yeah, so every Sunday, I never had HBO growing up at my house, so every Sunday we would go to our friend's house and watch the Entourage show. Every Sunday night it was at like 8 p.m. or whatever Eastern time.
8:39,
Yeah,
whatever it
whenever it would air, the new episode every single week. And let me tell you, it was the fastest 30 minutes of my life every time. It was like a dream come true. We'd get all our boys together, like our own entourage, and all watch it together. And then we were sitting there, and I'm like, guys, I'm gonna be on this fucking show one day. And everyone was like, we were like, yeah, let's do it. We always wanted to live like the Entourage group, watching the show. So
Which character were you, bro?
I was said it.
You were Vince.
Yeah,
gotta be
I was Vince. I was
Gotta be Vince.
Yeah, I was
Vince with shoulders.
Oh yes, yes.
shoulders.
And
A slightly bigger build.
and they were like, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be you, Rob. I'm like, I'm going to do it. Watch. And I was just talking to my friend actually yesterday. I was like, I'm going on to Entourage podcast, man. He's like, hey, you were in the movie. You called it from the beginning. You're going to get on. And I was like, yeah, dude, I did it, man. It was just a dream come true for sure. We used to watch every single episode. Always talked about, hey, if I make it one day, if one of us makes it, we gotta live life like this for at least a couple years,
Yeah.
So we got to enjoy it. You guys were my inspiration, all my friends' inspiration. So thank you for creating such a great show and bringing so much happiness to us throughout our high school days and just giving us inspiration to live like that, once I made it to the pros.
Did you have that belief? I mean, you went to Arizona where my son goes now, but did you have that belief in high school you were going to play pro football?
Yeah, definitely. There was no doubt about it. Like after about my sophomore year in high school,
you're from where?
I was just telling Buffalo,
Rhode
New
Island.
York.
Oh, you're from Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo.
cold up there. No wonder you like the
Yes.
cold weather. It's
Yes,
cold up
yes.
there.
I don't mind it at all. But I basically had my mindset on the NFL. I was kind of just predetermining it. What's it called?
Manifesting.
Yeah, manifesting. I was manifesting it from the beginning. I was writing every paper that we had to write it on. Oh, what do you want to do? I just just blocked out everything else, and I just wrote, I'm going to be in the NFL. You know, I had some teachers laugh at me. They still call me up today. They're like, wow, that's amazing. Your whole entire story, your whole article was about how you're going to get to the NFL and play, and you did it, Rob. We used to just laugh like, wow, this kid has big dreams, but you're actually more than dreaming. You're going to the next level with it, Rob, and I get to see it whenever I see those teachers that go back home. It's just incredible how they just still
And then you did that with Entourage. You manifested it.
Yeah, manifested it. So when I was in high school, I used to just manifest big things about, you know, my career. And, like going on the Entourage, talking about it with my friends, also going to the NFL, writing papers about it every single time. When I got to Arizona, and I love your shirt, Doug. Yep. Yes, you got the Arizona Wildcats.
Normally, I would think that it was suspicious that he was wearing that, but his son goes there, so I guess
I would have worn it for him anyway.
But you wouldn't have it if it wasn't for Lucas. You got it because of Lucas.
That's true.
Also, Rob, you see the ice shaker here.
I know, man.
This
I
is
just
the
walked
Action
in, I was
Park
like,
Media ice shaker.
You got an ice shaker?
This is not this is a coincidence. This is not, again, it's not like the Arizona
And what's
sweatshirt.
wild is I just put it up an ice shaker post this morning on my Instagram feed.
Did you really?
We're doing 12 days of giveaways. My brother for ice shaker, he's giving away 12 days in a row, giving away ice shakers, and I just posted. I'm giving one every single ice shaker that they have. One of them I'm giving to a lucky winner along with a signed jersey. So
just so everyone knows,
Signed jersey.
Yeah.
Gronk's brother owns this ice shaker company, right?
It's on Shark Tank, right?
yeah, it was on Shark Tank.
Was this the one that was on Shark
Yeah.
Tank? The thing about that everybody loves about the ice shaker is that the size of it.
Yes.
You know, you don't have to refill it 82 times. It's a good size.
I need
Yes.
an ice shaker. Connolly's holding that. Like
I'm gonna get you guys some ice shakers. I'm gonna have him. He customized. He custom.
Yeah, we got this one, obviously,
with
the
Action Park on it,
Action
with the
Park
print on
Media.
it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So we got-
I'm gonna have a nice one sent to you guys here.
All
Nice.
right, there we go.
All right,
There we
before
go.
we let you go, Rob, though, what are you manifesting next? What is the next 10 years?
Oh man, what am I manifesting? I'm actually just being super healthy, man. Just having my body work on all dimensions. All those tight muscles, all the cramps, all the beat downs that I took. I mean, I had all that scar tissue built up, and when I was in my 20s, dude, I didn't give a shit about what scar tissue was.
Right.
I just powered through it. I was the man at powering through anything. Like if I was hungover, it didn't matter. I was powering through that. I swollen knee, I didn't care. I'm going out to practice. I'm going to run full speed. But you can't do that your whole life. I mean, it eventually caught up, and it did at like 28, 29. I was like, shit, I can't move no more. I was running down the field like 1 mile per hour, like the freaking D linemen were covering me. But and then I figured that out, how to get better. But just manifesting, just having my body loose.
And are you close? I mean, so what does it look like? Is it like more cardio?
Do you see my 40-inch vertical on the
That was good.
pickleball
That's what I'm
court?
saying. So
He said he's never felt more athletic.
Yeah.
What is it that you do to feel more athletic? Is there anything specific routine, or are you just kind of getting steps in, or what?
Yeah.
Steps. He's doing casual walks.
Yeah, actually, casual walks are my favorite, just to go do something.
Right.
But loosening up the hips. I
Right.
mean, that's
Flexibility.
definitely the key. Flexibility, being pliable, getting massages, keeping the muscles loose. When you're gaining the strength, you got to keep them loose in order for them to be functionable to the max power. And also, no lie, the agility, pickleball. That's why I love playing. Is the agility in it. You're going back and forth. Yeah, it's like within like a 15-yard radius or whatever, but you're going back and forth the whole entire time. So you're working on your agility the whole time you're playing pickleball, and you're jumping for the ball when they're trying to hit it over your head. And then just a lot of things, man.
Do you remember
just love
when?
doing
Do
it.
you remember when you and your buddies and Henry and we all went up to Leo's party and you guys all got in your underwear and did cannonballs and
Yeah.
dumped half of his pool into the hillside?
Yeah, I do remember that.
I mean, by the way, and let me tell you something, bro. Rob has not only is Rob big, he's got big friends. Except Henry and I. Everybody else was gigantic. And when these guys do cannonballs, bro, I'm talking about the water just shooting off the side of the mountain. It was something
yeah.
to see.
Trying to tackle
And they
these
were in
guys?
their underwear.
What?
They were all in their underwear.
Keep saying that. You
Yeah, I was.
were happy about that.
Yeah.
I was
it
doing
was.
cannonballs in the Leo's hot tub or pool. It looked like a hot tub because I was in it.
Probably. Well, what I can tell you is I remember, Rob, I mean, I don't know how you are as a teammate. You were so great on the set. You literally do you, I remember.
Well, he
you
set the tone, too.
No, but he also said, do you care if I just hang around? You were serving soup to extras. Like
Yeah,
at
I
1
was gonna
o'clock
bring
in the
that up,
morning.
too.
By the way, it sounds like
We
he's a
worked-
little buzzed.
That was an exhausting-
Sounds like the Johnny Blue talk.
And there were some
It was an
good-looking
exhausting
women
night.
at the party. There were some
I think we
good-looking
went to
women.
like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And everyone was exhausted. And then there you are serving soup to the crew members. And it really kind of,
Johnny
and you had a
Blue.
lot of energy, really helped.
No, it was. It's
I
true.
was,
Like,
I was in heaven, man. I was in
Yeah,
the clouds.
that was
That was
cool.
my dream, man.
That was
And
a
you guys
fun
made
one.
it come true.
But
so thank you.
I think that is amazing with you, though. I think you do bring that to the way you played football, the way you do it. You're happy and loving it, and that's the way to do it.
That's
Kev.
the way to do it.
the way to be.
So-
That's the way to do
But
it.
anyway, we can't tell you how much we appreciate you coming down.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you, Ryan Sherry, and
He's not going to play pickleball today. Another day.
I'm just saying, when you want to play,
gotta play.
we'll get it whenever
We
you
gotta
want to play.
play.
We got
All
a
right.
bunch of guys. So, but
be a
and
good one,
also
too,
we got a
Bunch.
new show that these two guys starred in that we shot with Charlie Sheen, and we're going to get you in that. Ooh,
What was the show name?
Ramble On, it's called. So we
All right.
just shot the pilot. And,
By the way, it's about the second act of life. You're right now rambling on. Right? It's
right,
like the next stage of what happens next. Kind of. Yeah, that's what it's about.
Exactly. That's kind of the stage I'm in right now.
That's what I'm saying. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you end up there. So.
and trying to figure it out because as great as what you've done in the past is, like who wants to sit back and just live with that?
And then at the beginning of the second stage, you're like, man, I wish I can just go back to that first stage.
Easier to just go back to that first stage when
Like, you
nothing
don't-
hurt. when
Yeah, nothing hurt. And you don't even think about anything. You
Right.
just go.
Those days are gone. Those days
Yeah.
are gone.
Yeah,
Well, we'll
well,
get back to them.
We'll get back to
For
it.
sure. Well, you're looking better than we are. So anyway, check out Rob. We're gonna get some video of me and Rob either on ping pong or pickleball at some point. But
And the ice shaker. I'm excited about our ice shakers.
Iceshaker.com.
Iceshaker.com. There you go. There you
all
go.
right, Victory
Nice.
Podcast.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Gronk, thanks.
Thank you, guys.
That was awesome.